are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones. We are the ones. We are. I've been feeling like I can't make a difference. I've been feeling like there ain't no use. Feeling tired and a little unconscious, coming up with every kind of excuse, till I realized it's not all up to me. When we join together, we shape our destiny to see a world where we are living as one. It can be, it shall be, it will be done. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones. We are. Yes, we are the ones. We are. No one else gonna make the changes. No savior gonna drop from the sky. Nothing left to do but wake up, 'cause it's really up to you and I to take it one step at a time. Stand together with your hand in mine. Then we will see the world that we've been dreaming about. We need it now, the time is now, there is no doubt. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. I know we are the ones. We are. We are the ones. We are. And I am the one that I've been waiting for. I know I am the one who will make that difference. I am the one who will change the world. Yes, I am the one. I know I am the one. I am. And we are the ones. We are. Be the change that you want to see now. We are. I know that you can do it. You are. You are. I know that we are. Every day, make that change now. We are.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Dr. Maxine Kaye, and I am thrilled to greet you this morning wherever you may be. Those who are here with us, thank you for being here with us. And those who are here with us online, we're delighted to connect with you this morning, this beautiful chilly fall day here in Pennsylvania. So it is the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living that greets you and invites you to come deeply into the center of the center of the center, which is where the source is. We love that philosophy, of course, is a Greek derivation, and it simply means the love of wisdom, and we love wisdom. And so even though this is a new thought center, it is based on really ancient wisdom. Philosophie, love of wisdom, and we love wisdom, and we love gathering together. And we sometimes refer to our center as a transformation station because it's an opportunity for people to come from all walks of life, from many different faith traditions, and open their hearts and their minds to learn about some beautiful spiritual tools that increase and enhance our human lives. So we're grateful to come together in this place where we are always celebrating the awakening of humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And we use these tools to make a difference in our own lives and in the lives of others that we love, people we may not yet even know, and ultimately in the world itself. Because what we are all about here is co-creating a world that works for all. Sometimes we say for everyone, but we want to make sure we're including all sentient beings. So we are co-creating a world for all together. And we have a wonderful purpose statement, and I would invite you to say it with me if you care to. Living, loving, learning spirituality that works. Good morning to the kids wherever you may be. Take a little break from your cartoons if you're of that age, or your video games if you're of that age, or your breakfast, and just be with us for a few minutes, a very, very few minutes, okay? Of course, you've all seen acorns. You don't have to be a squirrel to know what an acorn is. And in that acorn, the amazing thing to realize is that there's an entire oak tree. Imagine that. How does that fit in there? Well, it doesn't fit in there. But the acorn has within it everything that is needed to become that oak tree. The pattern is already there. The image is already there. The intelligent activity of this universe is already there. And so it's a wonderful thing to realize that the same is true of a carrot seed, that in that seed, there's a carrot. In fact, more than one carrot, because ultimately it's going to grow a lot of them, isn't it? The same thing is true with us, because we have seeds of thought within us. And these seed thoughts that we have always begin from the inside, and then they move out and create something in the world. That's what you and I do. No matter if you're a kid or a teen or a young adult or a senior citizen, we all have within us those seed thoughts that ultimately produce whatever they are. For instance, if we have thoughts of peace and feelings of peace and a desire to establish peace in our lives and in the world, that's a seed of peace. And we send it out into the world, and it does beautiful things, and then it returns to us as a greater feeling of peace. The same is true with love. And the same is true with those thoughts and feelings that aren't so happy. For instance, if we're sending out that energy of anger or resentment, guess what? We're going to get that back. So let's be really wise. You are really wise. I know you are. I miss you, by the way. I'll be glad to see when you're back here again. But let's be wise and send out from the very center of our hearts love and compassion and peace and joy. That's what we're all about, isn't it? And you know what happens then? That all comes back to you, and it comes back multiplied. So with that idea, go do whatever's a wonderful thing for you today, and I'll talk with you again next week. Now, I think it'd be nice to have a meditation. What do you think about that? Let's have a meditation, okay? Oh, good. The light is romantic. And so we come into the very center of our hearts, breathing in the life of spirit, breathing out anything that may have felt concerning or limiting. We breathe in freedom, and now we breathe out that freedom. We breathe in love, and we breathe out the love. We breathe in understanding and we breathe out understanding. We come back into the center of the center of the center of our hearts now, allowing the breath to bring us there like a bridge over which we can walk. And as we enter into this divine place, this sacred space, we are embraced by the love of the one for all. As we come into this space of love, there are no more concerns. There is no more sense of separation. We are one with the living Spirit, and feel a growing sense of gratitude, and a growing sense of serenity, and a growing sense of love and blessedness for ourselves, for our loved ones, for all the world. And here in this sweet, holy place, we allow ourselves to be embraced by the divine and to be loved. Let's just let ourselves be loved and held in the divine embrace. And as we do, there is a letting go. There is a sense of tranquility and power. For the power within is the power of God, and it is that which reminds us, I am that I am. I am, which is the name of God. I am that I am. And in this divine re-identification, there is a sweet, sweet remembering that there is God and nothing else. That in this place of divinity, there are no worries or concerns. There are infinite possibilities. And if there has been any kind of challenge or any question about the next step in our lives, let's take that question into our hearts now and place it on the high altar of God's wisdom and allow it to fulfill itself in a proper answer for us, a proper solution. And as we allow ourselves to place all of that on the high altar of divine wisdom, let's enter into just a short time of silence, the sweet sacred silence, where everything is revealed to us in love and in wisdom. And so whether or not the answer is being revealed to us now, or in a timely way at the right and perfect time, we begin to give great and glorious thanks for it. We're grateful for so much. Grateful more than anything for this precious presence within us that continues to inform us of who we truly are, to remind us of the infinite possibilities that exist for us every moment of every day and every sacred night. So we simply give thanks. We allow ourselves to continue in this consciousness of peace and power as we begin our celebration together. Namaste. And now I would invite our beautiful practitioner, Cheryl Macklin, to come and open us up with spiritual mind treatment. Cheryl.
Good morning, everyone. Excuse me. Before I do the opening treatment, I would like to share a brief quote from The Science of Mind on page 292. Sorry. I stand in the midst of eternal opportunity, which is forever presenting me with the evidence of its full expression. I am joy, peace, and happiness. I am the spirit of joy within me. I am the spirit of peace within me, of poise and power. I am the spirit of happiness within me. I radiate life. I am life. There is one life, and that life is my life now. So as Ernest Holmes says, there is one life, and that life is God, and that life is the source, the creator of all things, from the tiniest little acorn to the galaxies and the universes. And each of these creations is made of the God qualities of peace and power and joy and happiness and love. And so each and every person here is an expression of those qualities. These qualities are expressed by our minister, Reverend Maxine, by our greeters, by our AV crew, by each and every person sitting here. And so we come together to express God, to radiate the truth of each and every one of us. I know that this is the truth. I know that divine presence is present right here and right now. So I release this word, my word to the law, with grateful acceptance. I know it is acted upon and done. I let it be so, and so it is.
So it is. Thank you, dear Cheryl. That was beautiful. Okay. And now if you would care to, join me in speaking our affirmation for the morning. I send forth divine energies of love, radiating the perfect life within me to all in my world. Well, this month the theme for the month has been the grateful heart. Of course, it's November. Wouldn't it be nice if we were grateful every day, every month, and not just as we move toward Thanksgiving? I'm going to suggest that we do that today and every day. And the talk for today is called The Law of Radiation, and I'm quoting also from Ernest Holmes, which we do frequently around here, don't we, Cheryl? Think, see, and feel activity. Radiate life. Feel that there is within, that within, which is the center of and circumference of the universe. Feel that there is that within, which is the center and the circumference of the universe. Okay, so many people are learning now about the law of attraction, right? There are movies, there are classes, and it's a very interesting thing to study. And finally we realize that it is better called the law of radiation, because the law of attraction might imply that we are drawing things to us like a vacuum. That's not the way it works. As I was sharing with the kids earlier, that everything begins on the inside, that acorn has within it the entire pattern, all the intelligence, and everything that is needed to grow the oak tree. Starts within and it radiates out. You and I do the same thing. What is within expresses without, which is why we want to be very clear that what we're sending out is what we wish to have returned. Now that's basic and simple, isn't it? Well, I wonder why we're not all doing it that way. Well, starting today, we're going to do it even in a more beautiful and profound way. We're not magnets. You're not going to find yourself on a refrigerator. We're not magnets. We are indeed generators of life. I love that word, generate, generation. It's the beginning, and the beginning is always within, isn't it? Whether it's the seed or whether it's the person. Now, we've been told for how many thousands of years now, it is done unto you according to your belief. And that belief is what radiates out from within us. You see, consciousness manifests and dominant thought prevails. Whatever is within our consciousness, and by the way, our consciousness is way more than our conscious mind. Our consciousness is both the conscious and the subconscious. And like an iceberg, the conscious is like maybe 10%, and all the rest that's going on with all of this intelligence happening and reproducing after its kind is in the subconscious area of our mind, and most of the time we're not even aware of it. Which is why we love to study, and we love to take classes, and we love to work with each other in a very beautiful way so that we become aware of perhaps some of those patterns within our subconscious mind that are not serving us well, that we would like to transform. As Emma Curtis Hopkins says, awareness is curative. We must become aware of what we've been projecting out into our world in order to make a change and replace it with something more constructive. Well, how do we become aware of what's been operating within our subconscious mind? I guess in my case, I would take a look around at my world, my personal world, and see what's going on there. And if I like it, it's like, woohoo, I'm sending out what I want to send out. I'm generating what I wish to generate. And if I'm liking it, beautiful. But if I see other things perhaps that obviously have come from the very heart of me and gone outward and produced something that's not so much fun, that's where I get to do my holy work. And it is holy work. Let's rejoice and give thanks when we become aware of something that may have been operating at a subjective level that we weren't aware of, because now that we're aware of it, we can do something about it. Because we are the co-creators, the infinite mind of this universe, which we call God, infinite wisdom, divine intelligence, perfect love, the one that has produced, generated each of us. And we are co-creators with that one mind. The same infinite intelligence that creates all of the growing things on earth and beyond, that has formed the galaxies and keeps everything in perfect divine order, that same infinite intelligence is operating within you and me and every sentient being on this planet, and who knows where else, I don't know, but this is the only one we're concerned about right now. So we send out and we receive. We are generating and we receive back. We send out gratitude. What happens when we send out gratitude? That's what this month is about, right? We send out gratitude, and what happens is we become a more open instrument through which beautiful good flows into our lives. What is the good we'd like to have more expressed in our lives? Is it love? Is it about relationships? Is it about prosperity? Is it about good things? Is it about money even? Is it about health and well-being, wholeness, and the celebration of being a creative person? Do you know that the creative intelligence of this universe operates everywhere at all times? You can rely on that. And that same creative intelligence, universal creative intelligence, is individualized in each of us. Woohoo! That is the best news ever, isn't it? That we can direct this creative energy and intelligence, and the best way I know to begin with this is to give thanks. You know, Jesus gave thanks in advance. I think we could take a page out of his book. Giving thanks opens our consciousness, both conscious and subconscious, to greater good experiencing itself in our lives. It's like priming the pump, right? When we send out the gratitude, we are opening ourselves to a greater inflow of good, whatever that may mean to us. And it means various things to various people. And we receive what we send out. That's why it is the law of radiation. And the next time somebody begins to speak to you about the law of attraction, you can go, well, yes, and yet it truly is the law of radiation, because everything from a seed to an idea begins within and radiates out. And that's a wonderful realization, isn't it? We are emitting thoughts and feelings of truth from the divine center within us, and it returns only good. My good friend, Reverend Timothy Rich in Visalia, California, is such a sweetheart. He sends out a positive idea every single day. Now, I send out, if those of you who are signed up for my Conscious Connections, you receive a message through Constant Contact 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I love doing that. Timothy doesn't stop with 5. He sends them 7 days a week. And I particularly liked today's, and I thought I'd share it with you. Peace begins within, or we do without. I plant the seed of peace within my heart and watch it grow. It matures from a seedling to a fragrant blossoming lily. Peace in the world is the radiant result. You see, that's what we're planting. That's what we're generating. That's what we're radiating. That's what we can expect to have return. Now that happens when we maintain our focus on that which we desire. When we keep the high watch. It doesn't happen so well when we pay excessive attention to the news. It happens much more effectively. Not only we who, I loved Karen Drucker's song this morning, we are the ones we've been waiting for. But it is not only we. Let's realize we're not doing this all by ourselves, by those who are seated here today and those who are listening and those who are going to listen later on. There are millions of light workers all over this planet. Please keep in mind that it is the divine presence of love and wisdom operating through each and every one of us that is creating a new mindset, a new dream for our planet, and we're all in this together. So pay less attention to what we do not wish to experience, more attention to the new idea, the spiritual prototype, the mental equivalent. What is your mental equivalent for your life? What is your spiritual prototype for the world? We all have the joy, and the joyous responsibility, I would say, of creating that in our own consciousness so that we can work together to make something wonderful happen and bring heaven to earth. It's time we brought heaven to earth, because it's been a little hellish the last few years, hasn't it? We want to experience more of that which is forever and ever expanding, that which is true peace, true love, true justice, true understanding. When we emanate the light that we know is within us, then it returns to us beautiful experiences. And that doesn't matter where we are or with whom we may find ourselves. Even if there are people who are agitated or agitating or agitators. That's enough of that. Even when we're in surrounding that isn't so wholesome and pleasant, we can make a difference. We can make a difference by remembering our light. Some of you know that years ago in California, I had a prison ministry, which was a wonderful experience for me. And I learned so much. And when I first began to do this, I had a full-time position with the church there as well, so I could only go a couple of hours a week. And I would go into the men's facilities, because that's where the prison chaplain sent me. He said, we have both men's and women's facilities, but I'm sending you to the men's facility because you have so little time, and they'll see you as a good mother. So that's where I went. And people would say to me, oh, aren't you scared going in there? No. And I'll tell you why. There is a light that we all share. It is within us. And that light goes with me wherever I go. And as a result, it was a beautiful experience, week after week, year after year. And as I connected with these gentlemen and began to see beyond the external and beyond people's judgments, including their own judgments about themselves, I was able to perceive something beautiful within each one. And sometimes for the very first time in their lives, they began to see it for themselves because someone else who was there caring and bringing a message of possibility could see within them what they had never been told was there. And so what a joy it was to be able to walk in the light, to bring the light with me. You'll be hearing more about this at another talk, but one of my precious books from years ago was called The Healing Light, and it was written by Agnes Sanford, who was the wife of an Episcopal priest. And she said in this book, she said, I go into another person's darkness just long enough with my light to bring them out of the darkness, which is a good reminder about how we don't get lost in another person's darkness or in the darkness of an environment. We bring our light and we lead out anyone who is willing and ready to join us in a lighter circumstance. That's beautiful. I also had the great opportunity of taking clinical pastoral education called CPE many, many years ago in a hospital in Martinez, California. And that's something that many ministers do. Sometimes those who are in cemetery are required to take that. Well, I was already an ordained minister when I decided to take clinical pastoral education, and I had a wonderful supervisor, and we had an interfaith group. And the interfaith group of students were religious science, we had American Baptist, we had a Universal Unitarian, we had Episcopalian, and it was delightful to be studying in this interfaith group. And so we worked hard too. We had to file reports every time we met with someone, and we worked both in the medical and in the psych units. And same thing when I would go into the psych units, which was my favorite part, because this is where people are wounded and it doesn't show. And you see, when there's a physical affliction or a malady, you see it and there's compassion for it. It's not so with the mental challenges, is it? We need to do a lot of deeper understanding, I think, and education so that people do not fear the mental illness, but learn how to love and support and uplift. So I loved going into the psych units. And people would ask me, oh, aren't you concerned about going there? No, it was the same thing I expressed when I spoke about the prison ministry. There's a light within me, and it never goes out. And I invite it to radiate out into the world. And in my experience, it's only good. Well, I had just a bit of comeuppance one day. In one of the psych units, there was a woman who was very combative. And the nurses and the doctors had to be careful of her because she would just lash out all of a sudden, not only with her verbalization, but she would actually hit people if they got too close. Well, I was thinking, gee, she's never done that with me, and she's always been fairly nice to me, so I must be doing something right. One day, I walked in, and she said, because she knew I was one of the chaplains there, she said, oh, here comes one of our golden girls, the dumb one. And it was like, okay, she got me. It didn't bother me because even then I knew not to take things personally. I was quite amused by it. It's very important for us to realize that the light that emanates from within us is so steady and so brilliant and so real, because it is the Christ light itself. It is that which is the presence of God in all of us. And we don't want to hide our light under a bushel, do we? We want to uncover it and let it emanate from the very center of our being outwards. So as we do that, we notice a beautiful difference in our lives. Conversely, if we're sending out judgment, envy, anger, resentment, they return the same way. So choose you this day whom you will serve. What are we wishing to radiate from the center of our being? If it's truly the center of our being, it can only be love, it can only be compassion, it can only be truth, it can only be wisdom and infinite possibilities. But on the external part of that divine center, we do have this emotional nature, and it sends out things that we don't want to come back. So this is a good question for us, What am I radiating today? And if it's not what I truly wish to radiate, why don't I change my mind about it? Isn't it wonderful to know that in a heartbeat we can change our minds, but only when we become aware, which is why we go back to Emma's statement that awareness is curative, that we have this beautiful opportunity to look and see. Stop, look, and listen, right? Stop, look, and listen. Not only before we cross the street, but also before we send out whatever energy we're sending out. You can feel the difference, can't you? You can walk into a room and it can be like, ooh, something going on here. I better bring my light and shift it, transform it. Or you walk in and it just feels so warm and welcoming. I remember many years ago in my second church in Palo Alto, California, a young woman spoke to me after her first time there, and she said, it was like walking into water that was the same temperature as my skin. Don't you love that? That's what I want us to be. That's what we truly are. Water that's the same temperature as someone else's skin. We want a sense of warmth and welcome, and this is a good energy, and this is a place where everyone is welcome and everyone can be transformed by the transformative, intelligent, wise, and loving energy of this world. So what is the energy we're sending out? Let's send out more gratitude. Let's give thanks, as we were speaking about last week. Let's give thanks in all things. Not necessarily for all things, but in all things. Let's begin our day with gratitude. Let's complete our day with gratitude. As you know, Reverend Mike and I never go to sleep at night without sharing gratitudes with each other. Not only for each other, but for all the wonderful experiences that we've had individually and collectively throughout the day. Today, for instance, he's speaking at Temenos. They love it when they bring him down as a guest speaker. And so this afternoon, we'll have so much to share with each other, won't we? And there'll be a lot of gratitudes for all of our experiences tonight. Gratitude is something that generates beautiful things in our lives. If we forget about that, and we begin to move into, ain't it awful, or there's not enough, or why did this happen to me? We're not generating what we wish to generate. That's a stop, look, and listen point. At that moment, we have an opportunity to shift the energy. Don't you know that it's all energy? This entire universe is energy, and we are conductors of that. We are conduits for the divine energy of love. Let's emanate that out into the world. We are conduits for the divine energy of peace. Let's radiate that out into the world. We truly are the ones that we've been waiting for. So let's stop waiting. The Savior's not going to show up. You and I are it. You and I have within us those infinite possibilities to allow the radiant expression of our true being to be manifest in the world, to allow our own personal lives to be beautiful, and those of our loved ones to be harmonious and constructive and healthy, and then to move out into the world. That light continues to move out. And just like the ripples in the lake, ultimately it touches far beyond any place we might even begin to imagine. So will you say with me, I live from the center of all good. Say it louder so you sound like more. I radiate love and wisdom from my heart.
I radiate love and wisdom from my heart.
I radiate gratitude.
I radiate gratitude.
Good goes forth from me.
Good goes forth from me.
And only good returns.
And only good returns.
Good job. And so, my beloveds, beginneth our lesson. Now is the time of our offertory. What a joy it is for me always to share of my abundance with this center, because it is the closest source of my spiritual food. And if you're giving in other ways, and here are all kinds of possibilities, as many people do, beautiful, thank you, bless you. And those of us who prefer to put our gift in the crystal bowl, like me, get to do that today too. If you're giving cash and you would like to be recognized for it eventually, please use the envelope and put your name on it that's right by the bowl, okay? Now will you say with me, if you choose to, our prosperity affirmation. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is.
As time has unfolded me, it has revealed to me life's nothing less than sublime. With every thought I make, every last breath I take, may I be gracious and kind. Love, I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. Kindness wash over me, make me a symphony. Play every note you can find. Make me reverberate, gently deactivate, slowly flow out of my mind. Find me a melody, dance and let my anthem be. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. love cover me. Love cover me, I will not be shaken, I will not be moved. Love cover me, may my heart awaken, tenderness be proved. Love cover me, love cover me. Love, 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 love. Love, I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me, love, cover me, love, cover me, love, cover me. Love, 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 love.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Centers for Spiritual Living Sunday Celebration. I'm Jeff Messino, and I'm proud to serve on your Board of Trustees. Thank you, everyone, and welcome. First, let's give another round of applause for Dr. Reverend Maxine for a great talk. Thank you, Dr. Maxine. And we're so thrilled that you've all joined us here, whether you're here in person or online. I know many of you have received your annual intentional giving program information in the mail and a follow-up email reminder. It is important that we have your input within the next week. By giving this your careful consideration and returning your annual commitment for 2022 as quickly as possible, the board will be able to develop a budget that falls within that expected income. If you have any questions about the program, you may email our treasurer, Karen Davis, at kmdavis0331@gmail.com. Also, this is exciting news. We will be holding our annual winter solstice program in person on Saturday, December 18th, starting at 7 p.m. So we invite you to come and hear our special guests and live music here at the center. Our theme this year is Nurturing Night, Loving the Light. We do hope you will join us then live here at the center. For those of us who are here today, the bookstore is open, so please be sure to stop by and reacquaint yourselves with our many spiritual books, inspirational gifts, and the November Science of Mind magazine. And if you are watching us at home and you enjoy our Sunday celebrations and love notes on our Facebook or YouTube channel, please be sure to like and to subscribe and to share with others. When you subscribe, you will receive notices when our Sunday celebrations and our daily love notes are uploaded. Our celebration, as always, begins every Sunday at 10:30 a.m., and we also hold a meditation session in our meditation room starting at 10 a.m. Our goal is to provide a safe environment, and we, as always, follow all CDC and local guidelines, and at this time, we are requiring masks. For those who join us in person, we ask that you be considerate of those who are wearing red or yellow name badges in terms of keeping safe distances. We will continue to live stream for all those who choose to watch from the comfort of their homes. As a reminder, to view From Home, just visit our website at www.cslphilly.org and click on the orange Watch Live button to see all of our virtual love notes and past Sunday celebrations. And that's it for today, and everyone have a great day. Back to you, Dr. Maxine.
Yay, Jeff. He was right behind you the whole time. Thank you so much. That was really fun. Well, it's been a wonderful time being together with you. And we're going to have a closing song now by Karen Drucker. And so we love her. We love all of our New Thought musicians. They're so grateful that they share with us. So take it away, Karen.
I see the beauty in you. Namaste, namaste. I see the beauty in you. Namaste, namaste. I see the beauty in you. Namaste. Namaste, I see the beauty in you. In your eyes I see a light that's shining through. You radiate such grace, and so I bow to you. Namaste, namaste, I see the beauty in you. Namaste, oh namaste, I see the beauty in you. You give your loving heart to everyone you see. Inspires me. Namaste, namaste, namaste. I see the beauty in you. Namaste, 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 namaste. I see the beauty in you. I see you. Namaste. Namaste, namaste, namaste. I see the beauty in you. I see you. Namaste, 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 namaste. I see the beauty in you. I see you. Namaste, namaste. I see the beauty in you. I see you. Namaste, oh namaste, I see the beauty in you. I see the beauty, I see the beauty, I see the courage, I see the courage, I see the power, I see the power in you. I see you. I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you. Namaste, namaste, I see namaste, 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 namaste.
Karen. Don't you think we ought to have her here sometime? I too. So thank you so much for being here. I just love hanging out with you. Now, of course, we aren't doing refreshments yet, but you're certainly invited to chat with each other for a while, keeping in mind all of our CDC requirements, and just have a little communion without food. We can do that. So thanks again for being here. Much love. Radiate all kinds of goodness wherever you go. And so we go forth with the awareness that we are light-filled centers of truth and peace and love and wisdom, and that we share all of that light wherever we go, making a beautiful difference in our lives and in the world. And so it is. Namaste. Thank you.